Basically, what it came down to was historically on my channel, I had been streaming for like an hour in the morning, like as an office hour stream. So I'd like work and just chat for like an hour. And then in the afternoon over lunchtime, I would take a break from work and I'd just stream on YouTube, or I'd work on code on YouTube. The problem with that is that just as I was getting going, like on something, I'd have to stop, right? It's only 60 minutes, right? So by the time you like get set up, you start talking to people, you write some code, right? You might write like 10 lines of code and talk to a bunch of people, but then you got to stop and go back to work. So I was like, well, how can I fit in longer, more consistent streams, right? But when I look at my schedule, there's not really a good time because I typically work like an 8 to 5 schedule most of the time. From 5 to 8ish, my kids' bedtime's around 8 o'clock in the evening. From 5 to 8, that's like family time. That's why I try to, during the week, I try to make myself completely available to the kids and whatever they have going on. You know, they're getting older every year, and so I want to make the most of the time that I have with them. And then after 8 o'clock, that's kind of like me and my wife's time. It doesn't necessarily mean we always like have something that we're doing together, but I at least want to be available and I want to be around. I don't want to be in the basement away from her for multiple hours. Um, and so maybe if I could set her up with like a reading nook over here in the corner, and she could hang out in the room with me while I stream, maybe that would be better. Um, but so when do I do it, right? And so then I was like, well, I can get my ass up at 4 a.m. and then that gives me 3 hours because my kids don't usually get up till about 7 o'clock on school days, and so that's why. That's right, why Rohith. I know it's not a very interesting answer. It's a priorities thing, and I know that having a set of hours kind of pigeonholes me into a group of people because I know you guys all have lives and have schedules, but the live stream will be on the channel every day, and maybe as my channel grows and I have more flexibility about when and how I do things, if the channel really does become a source of income at some point, then maybe I can warrant streaming at other times, um, or just on random days. Maybe I have time and want to stream at other times during the day. But that's why I wrote